Hey, you guys. I hope everybody's doing well. This is going to be really, really long because I decided to do an all decks reading. So I'm going to make the effort to get through all of my decks. Hey, Divine Lovely. I'm good. Thank you. Hey, Travel Queen. What's going on? So I'm making an attempt to get through all of my decks. Happy holidays, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving. I hope you guys are enjoying your time with your family, your friends, your pets, your goldfish, or whatever it is that you consider family. Um, whether they're here or on the other side, I wish you guys a very happy Thanksgiving. So I'm going to go ahead and get started because it's going to be a long one, just so people know. If you do want to get a reading today, it is a $25 minimum, $25 minimum. Okay. And I'm not using all decks on everybody. I'm just going to do collective readings from all decks. Yes, please like, share, and subscribe. I tend to not look at the screen. So if I miss your question or if I forget to say thank you, I'm sorry. Thank God for Minnie Mouse, Divine Lovely, because she says what I sometimes forget to say. But I'm going to thank everybody in advance for all of your likes, shares, and subscriptions and donations. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Thank you, angels. Thank you for surrounding this space. Thank you for protecting me. Thank you for protecting the collective. Thank you for protecting our family, our friends, our loved ones. I'm going to go ahead and did you guys think about? I don't know if you guys were on the last time when I said, do you guys have any opinions about uh, the difference between beauty and vanity? Because it keeps coming up. It keeps coming up. Why don't we read on it? So, because it keeps coming up, I feel like there's a reason for it. So, where is, oh, which deck do I want to use? Oh, before I do that, why don't we do some, I'm going to do some cubes so we can get any messages or any messages from our loved ones from the other side. You guys probably recognize that sound from my video. So I'm getting ham. So some of you may be baking a ham or buying a honey baked ham for the holidays. For others of you, ask for some of you, they're saying specifically on Thanksgiving when you're at the prayer table, ask in that prayer for what you want. They know that you are thankful, and everybody tells you to say thankful. Thank you, God, for everything that you've provided for me and my family and our loved ones and our friends. Thank you for everything that you've provided for us up to this point in our lives. But they're also saying that they already know that some of you, probably everybody that comes on my channel, because you guys are so evolved, especially spiritually, um, ask for something that you want. Don't save it for a birthday wish. They're saying don't save it for like a birthday wish. Don't save it for Christmas. Ask now. It's okay to ask, even though it's Thanksgiving. We know that you are thankful. So it's okay for you to go ahead and ask for something that you actually want. Okay? I'm getting ark. I'm also getting shark. And I immediately, when I put shark together, I immediately got Shark Tank for, so some of you might have some ideas. Some of you might actually have some ideas regarding a new gadget or something that would go on to Shark Tank. So I don't know if some of you are thinking about going on to Shark Tank, or they're just indicating that you have some idea that is good enough for Shark Tank. So go ahead and pursue that. I also have Ark here, like the Ark of the Covenant. And the Ark of the Covenant is supposed to hold the commandments, I believe. Remember to respect and to honor the Ten Commandments. Teach your children to respect the commandments. Okay? For whatever reason, they're bringing up the commandments. That's really important. We have 13 here, 1, 3. We have 1, 3, 4. You skipped over 2. So we go literally from 1, we skip 2, and then we have 3 and 4. So 1, 3, 4, angel number could be significant, or those numbers like could be significant. Someone could have been born in 34, 43, 41, 31, even 14 or 13. Someone could be 13 or 14 years old. Someone could be 31 or 41. Those numbers total together equals 8. Let me see. So, um, number 2, spiritual, the spiritual meaning for number 2 is teamwork, service, love, friendship, patience, personal growth, learning, emotional balance, partnership, acceptance, peace, bonding, and mutual interest. So for some of you, you skipped over that part. You feel like you could skip over the teamwork and the service in order to get to number 3, but I feel like some of you need to go back because you can't skip that step. That step is important in order for you to attain the things that you want. Number 3 spiritually is connected to creativity, communication, and intuition. But if you're not connecting with a team or having teamwork, using teamwork to build relationships with people, what good is communication? So you need to go back to number 2 to actually explore that a little more and develop your skills. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so I'm getting shell. Some of you might actually be really shy. They're asking you to come out of your shell, with number 2 having to do, and number 3 having to do with communication, and number 2 having to do with building relationships. That might be really hard for some of you, and that's why you skipped over number 2, because that's the hard part for you. So they're asking you to actually make the effort. It may be really hard for you, but try to go ahead and make the effort to challenge yourself to develop those skills and relationships with people, so that you're able to better communicate. So some of you might be really shy. So they're asking you to come out of your shell and communicate with people, to reconnect with people. Okay. Hmm. Some of y'all are lazy, or somebody around you is lazy, because I have slacker here. Some of you, I hate to be like, and I feel like it's going to be some of you who actually come on the channel. You want to, you want the, or someone around you actually wants the final product without putting the work in. They want all of the benefits without putting the work in. And it's not going to work that way. If it does, it's going to take a really long time. So you cannot skip steps to get the final, to get the harvest. You have to take all of the steps. A farmer doesn't skip any steps when he's expecting the best harvest that he can get. You have to do all of them, or you're going to have to go back to the drawing board. So at this point, you think you're at number 3, but it's not working because you skipped step 2. I hope that actually makes sense. Okay, so we got slacker here. We have slacker. Someone feels like they're in lack. Oh. For those of you who are actors who are coming on to the channel, Gersh is it import Gersh is coming up. Gersh is a very famous agency. The Gersh agency is a very famous agency in Los Angeles and New York. So some of you might get signed on to the Gersh agency. Ooh, somebody got game. I got game right here. So some of y'all might be talking to a slacker that's got good game. They talk a good game. Or if you're meeting with the Gersh agency, your game is tight. Because let me tell you, that's one of the top agencies. Your game is tight if you're being called in by the Gersh agency. Okay? Woo! You got to be a bad mofo. And some of you might just have game. And this could go back to what I was saying about the Shark Tank, having some idea that can make you some money. So if that is the case, I would go ahead and pursue that and try to get the funding that you need to develop the idea and try to get on Shark Tank or try to sell the idea. I hope that makes sense. All right, let me go ahead and get started. Let me go ahead and get started with the first deck. I don't know how long this is going to take. I haven't done this before. I'm a virgin. I'm an all decks virgin. Thank you. Thank you, angels. Thank you. Thank you, angels. Thank you. What messages do you have for the collective? 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 Mm. Somebody's having eye trouble. Somebody out there is having eye trouble. Some of you may have to see a neurologist, or they may have to do x rays or do some exploratory surgery because some of you are having trouble with your eyesight. It could be as simple as cataracts. For some, it could be glaucoma. But for others of you, it's either you, if you're watching this channel, or someone close to you that could be losing their sight, especially at night. They can't drive at night because their vision is really bad. I'm also hearing for somebody that there's surgery out there. There's surgery that can be done. Surgery that can be done to help this person may think that they're going blind or they're losing their sight, but it can be repaired. It's reversible. For others of you, I'm getting that someone has, what is the Bible saying? When you have three planks in your eye, you cannot point the finger at someone else when you have three planks in your eye. I'm getting that specifically for either someone that is coming onto this channel who's very judgmental of other people and they're not looking at their own backyard. Um, so for some of you, you need to pay attention to how you judge other people, or someone around you is judging you when in their own backyard they got a whole mess, and that's something that they need to work on. And with the X-ray card being here, X-ray reveals things to us that we can't see with the naked eye, right? It reveals things to us that we can't see with the naked eye. So this person may not even be aware that they're judging people in the way that they are, and they have a whole mess going on. right? They're blind. They are blind to what's going on in their own backyard because they're too busy paying attention to what other people are doing around them. Somebody has someone around them that is very controlling. They're trying to control the environment that you are in. They're trying to control your environment, or you're trying to control the environment so much that you can't see that you're judging other people. That's what I'm getting, okay? You need to release. You need to release control. You need to release control. Get out of your head. Release control. In releasing control, you control everything. You're in control of everything. I don't know why that is coming up. Let's see. For some of you, this could be a someone in your life. It's a male. It's masculine energy. There's a masculine energy that may be trying to control everything that you do, the way that you live your life, the choices that you make, and they're so busy paying attention to what you're doing. They're not paying attention to their own mess, if that makes sense. This is going to end soon. This is going to end. This is not going to last forever. Right now, it seems like the stars are not aligned in your favor, but they are coming in alignment. Okay, you have to have trust and faith in God. Okay. For some of you, you might actually have a young son with this person. You may have a son. I feel like he might be a teenager. He looks exactly like his father, but he doesn't act like his father. This child is very protective of you. This child has been lied to about you. Even if you're in the same household with this person, it's like the father says, "Hey, I'm going fishing with Jack here." Okay, I have the Jack card, so I'm going fishing with Jack, and so he likes to shoot the breeze with the son to try to persuade him to get him on his side. That's manipulation. And so the child just kind of listens, like, uh-huh, uh-huh. But yeah, yeah, I hear you, Dad. Yeah, but they're still really on your side. The child is fully aware. He knows that his own eyes do not deceive him. He is not blind to what is happening when it comes to this king that's trying to control your life and the environment. Okay. You are protected, divinely protected by your guardians, your guardian angels. Mm. You have the key to release yourself from this prison of controlment in your life. You have the key to do that. Don't let anybody else tell you any different. Yeah, you have the key. You have the key to change your life. Only you have the key with divine intervention and divine guidance. You have the key. And when the stars align, the key will reveal itself. Right now is not the time. You're not ready. But there's something when the stars align that's going to trigger you to release yourself from this controlling environment that you're actually in. It's going to open your eyes. It's like you're going to feel like you were under some sort of spell. You're going to feel like you were under some sort of spell. You have to forgive yourself because you're like, oh, I've been doing this. It's like you've been doing it for 20 years. I've been caught up in this for 20 years. How could I have wasted so much time in that energy for 20 years, being trapped for 20 years with this man or whatever it is? Okay, let me move on to the next deck. Let me move on to the next deck. Thank you, angels. Thank you for the beautiful messages. Thank you. Thank you for the beautiful messages. Thank you. Let's do this one. The next one we're going to do is the Gypsy Oracle. The Gypsy Oracle. Thank you, angels. Thank you. What messages do you have for the collective? I feel like this might have to do with past lives. I just heard past lives. Okay, what messages do you have for the collective? 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 Thanks you guys for all the likes, shares, and subscribes. If anyone wants to donate for a read, donations are $25 minimum. $25 minimum. Mm, mm. For some of you, this could be a past life, this could be a present situation. For some of you, somebody's in the closet. That's what I'm getting from this. Like somebody is has a wife. Somebody has a wife and children. They are very well known in the community. They're known as a womanizer, but they're gay. They're gay. They're in love with a man, and the man that they're in love with, now this is just one story. The man that they're in love with is about to pass away or die, and this is putting this person in despair. Nobody knows what's going on with this person. And I don't mean that just, I mean that they don't know what's causing the despair in this person. It's because he's been in a relationship with this man and he is truly in love with this man. But society requires him to have a wife and children and this big house and money and gifts and splurges on all of these luxurious things. Um, his and I feel like okay, because I have friend here, but I feel like this is more like a sister who knows this person's situation. This could be a past life because nowadays, yeah, someone could be married and have children and decide to get a divorce because they realize they want to be with a man or a woman or whatever the situation is. Even though someone's uh, sexuality um, homosexuality is not something new. I don't know why I feel it's been around for a long time. In a past life, I can understand why someone might actually feel that they have to keep this hidden. Okay. Hmm. Yeah. This person again, this person could have done everything that could have been known in society as a womanizer.